Mike, I gotta say this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
They can do what they want, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea.
Nah, I don't think they want to see him fight Canelo. You think so? You think they want to see him fight Canelo?
Yeah, for sure.
So is that where we're at right now with Canelo?
No. Crawford needs the money.
Crawford needs the money?
Mike Tyson recently voiced his thoughts on the potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, calling it an extremely dangerous and ill-advised decision for Crawford to take. In Tyson's words, "I don't think it's a good idea," suggesting that he sees this move as unnecessarily risky for Crawford's future. Tyson pointed to Canelo's powerful frame, exceptional head movement, and his ability to apply relentless pressure as key factors that could be overwhelming for Crawford. While he openly respects Crawford's elite skills and talent in the ring, Tyson believes Canelo's sheer size and brute force give him a commanding edge. He stressed that although Crawford has the tools to compete with anyone, this matchup presents a level of danger that far outweighs the potential reward, implying that this may not be a smart or calculated step in Crawford's career path.
Mike, I gotta say this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
They can do what they want, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Veteran boxer Nonito Donaire also weighed in with a thoughtful analysis, focusing on the often overlooked aspects of footwork and mobility. According to Donaire, one of Crawford's greatest advantages lies in his ability to move fluidly around the ring, creating angles, avoiding traps, and frustrating opponents with his elusiveness. Donaire explained that while power punches may steal the spotlight, it's actually the fighter who controls positioning and movement that often dictates the outcome of high-level bouts. He argued that if Crawford can maintain distance, avoid being cornered, and keep the fight on his terms, he could neutralize much of Canelo's power and take control of the rhythm. In Donaire's opinion, it's Crawford's legs, not just his fists, that might tip the balance in this high-stakes encounter.
I think Canelo should beat him, overpower him, but Canelo's not beating his hitting him, where the other guy is hitting him. And that's what gives the other guy confidence. He can hit.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back when expressing his admiration for Terence Crawford, going so far as to describe him as one of the most adaptable fighters in the sport. Stevenson praised Crawford's versatility, emphasizing that it allows him to modify his approach based on the strengths and weaknesses of any opponent. Whether facing a hard-hitting slugger or a slick defensive technician, Crawford consistently finds a way to adjust and take control of the fight. Stevenson highlighted this chameleon-like quality as Crawford's most valuable asset, arguing that his ability to adapt gives him an edge that few fighters possess. In Stevenson's view, Crawford's unique combination of mental and physical tools enables him to navigate even the toughest matchups and emerge victorious.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's hurt and jerky.
Want to know.
Former world champion Andre Ward, known for his own tactical brilliance and ring intelligence, offered an insightful perspective on the potential Crawford versus Canelo bout. Ward believes that Crawford's mental resilience and composure under pressure could help bridge the physical gap between him and the larger Alvarez. He argued that boxing isn't solely about strength or size, it's also about adaptability, timing, and execution. Ward suggested that Crawford's ability to make smart adjustments during a fight, stay mentally locked in, and execute under duress could give him a crucial edge. According to Ward, the fighter who maintains focus and implements the better strategy is usually the one who prevails, and in this case, he believes Crawford could be that man.
I just came from Crawford last fight.
In L.A.?
Yes.
You went to it. What'd you think?
I thought that was a tough guy, and that guy gave, you know what I mean? I'm glad that he came back the last 2 rounds. You know, the guy was very awkward and strong.
Super awkward.
Yeah, and this guy fights anybody. Crawford fights anybody. Yeah. I don't agree with that, you know, because you got to look good in order for you won't mess up your next fight. Because if you fight this guy, you don't look good, the fans say, I don't want, he's not going to look good at winning with this guy. You got to constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's going to make you look good. The guy got to pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah, it's awkward as a motherfucker.
You think are you ready? You think the world's ready for Crawford Canelo?
I support Crawford and Canelo both, but
I mean, it's the fight people want to see, right?
Nah, I don't think they want to see him fight Canelo. You think so? You think they want to see him fight Canelo?
Yeah, for sure.
It's why I think it's what Crawford wants too. Right?
He wants to fight him too.
I think he wants to make history.
It's a big fight.
Well, to make history is worth doing it.
Yeah, I think he wants to.
William Skull, Canelo's most recent opponent, didn't provide a detailed breakdown of the potential Alvarez versus Crawford matchup, but he acknowledged the massive attention it's receiving. Skull recognized that a fight of this magnitude transcends typical analysis and has become a major talking point within the boxing community. The excitement among fans, pundits, and fighters alike speaks volumes about the potential impact of such a high-stakes contest. Another strong supporter of Crawford is super middleweight contender David Benavidez, who praised Crawford's relentless work ethic and commitment to his craft. Benavidez noted that these qualities, often overlooked, can be the X factor in monumental fights. In his opinion, Crawford's blend of skill, grit, and strategic acumen gives him a genuine chance to defy the odds and defeat Canelo.
Fight. Great fight. Right? I want to say Crawford. Why everybody say it's 50-50?
You gonna make it 50-50?
60-40, but you gonna tell him which one?
You think Crawford can stop him?
Crawford can stop anybody. I'm not saying he can't. He's going to, but he can't.
Speculation has begun to swirl about a potential decline in Canelo Alvarez's performance, especially in the aftermath of his bout against William Skull. Observers noted that Canelo didn't appear as sharp or explosive as he once was, raising questions about whether age or accumulated wear and tear might be catching up to him. Although he ultimately secured the victory in that fight, it was a performance that generated more concern than celebration. The lack of dominance and fluid movement that once defined Canelo's style has led some to wonder if he's beginning to slow down, a development that could open the door for a skilled, cerebral fighter like Crawford to capitalize. Even the slightest slip in form at the elite level can be the difference between winning and losing.
Face each other. So is that where we're at right now with Canelo Crawford?
No. Crawford needs the money.
Crawford needs the money?
Yeah, he needs the money. You think he had a chance to win?
But what makes you say that? You know, I mean...
He needs the money. I'm telling you, fam. Does he have a chance to win, though? Top Rank ain't playing like that. And they ain't playing like that. So you want to see it? They ain't playing like that.
He's going up three or four weight classes. You think the chances of him...
That's why he say why he don't like me. Because it's real shit.
Going up those weight classes to face him, you know, how could you convince fans that he can beat Canelo?
I ain't trying to convince y'all that he can beat Canelo. I didn't. He's a good fighter.
But you don't see it.
But, bro, I would say smaller fighters are always better than the bigger fighters because they, like, you know, they're smaller. They know how to move and things like that. But this guy is great at what he do. He got, and another thing, bro, I don't be wanting how these guys is. Then he get hurt against
Madrimov. There you talk about Crawford got touched by Madrimov. Is that what you said?
No, he got clipped by Gamboa, right?
Yeah.
Right? How the fuck is he's looking this strong over the past year? I mean, these years, he ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now. That's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
Don't know detail. Open
I'm
up.
telling you.
Yeah, it's the best.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught. Before. He went to jail for it. He went to jail, right? Yeah.
After stepping up to the 154-pound division, Terence Crawford successfully captured the WBO interim super welterweight title, demonstrating that he could still compete at a high level even in a heavier weight class. While some analysts observed a noticeable dip in his knockout power compared to his performances at 147 pounds, Crawford's overall skill set remained sharp. His technical mastery, strategic patience, and ability to adjust mid-fight allowed him to stay in control and dominate his opposition. Although the added weight may have slightly reduced his finishing ability, it did not compromise his boxing intelligence or ring generalship. Crawford continues to be a major threat in any division, largely due to his exceptional fight IQ and well-rounded approach to the sport.
I think me and Canelo will make for a great fight. It's the best fight in boxing right now. And you got two first ballot Hall of Famers going head to head with each other. And everybody want to see how Terence going to do going up 2 more weight classes.
A lot of people making a big deal about the weight. You just walked in here. You don't look like a 54 right now.
I just think a lot of people is adopting other people's thoughts.
I've seen Canelo in person. Even for him, 168 is a big weight class.
Facts. And he's always the smallest person in his division. When you got Usyk fighting Tyson Fury, you know, Tyson Fury was the massive fighter over Usyk.
I'm not even so sure Canelo will be the bigger guy.
He'd probably be thicker, but I'm taller.
Yeah.
You know, he have his strong points in the fight. I have mine. So
legendary Mexican boxer Juan Manuel Marquez has not been shy about expressing his skepticism regarding the proposed fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Marquez raised an important point about the integrity of weight divisions, stressing that they were created to ensure fair and balanced competition. He voiced concern that Crawford could be biting off more than he can chew by moving into a weight class where he lacks natural advantages. According to Marquez, even the most skilled and disciplined fighters can find themselves at a severe disadvantage when they give up too much in terms of size and strength. His warning serves as a reminder that there are physical limits in boxing that should not be taken lightly, even by the most talented athletes.
But it's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford. But from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tight and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ, the right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. And someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the two best pound for pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other, even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight. But I feel that it could go either way.
For Terence Crawford, the proposed bout against Canelo Alvarez is about far more than just securing a substantial payday. He views it as a career-defining opportunity to etch his name into the annals of boxing greatness. By stepping into the ring with one of the most well-known and accomplished fighters of this generation, Crawford hopes to prove beyond any doubt that he belongs among the sport's elite. This is not simply about testing his skills against a bigger opponent. It's about embracing the moment and showing the world that he has the courage and ability to rise to the occasion. Defeating Canelo wouldn't just be a win on his record. It would be a seismic statement, a declaration that he can overcome physical disadvantages and still emerge victorious on the sport's grandest stage.
Canelo's the beast, man. Canelo's the beast. And you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But, beautiful. Yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, size, now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro.
Yeah.
10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally, I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. I still one fight, so you gotta do it in that one fight. You know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro. Remember, like, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight. Yeah.
So you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He's like boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says Dalton's levels above Adam. What do you think?
I think today, Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys want to fight each other this year.
Former champion Amir Khan, a fighter who has faced both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, weighed in on the matchup with a focus on the mental aspects of the sport. Khan emphasized the importance of ring intelligence and decision-making, arguing that while Canelo may hold the edge in sheer punching power, Crawford's mental agility, footwork, and speed could turn the tide. He pointed out that in boxing, being the most powerful isn't always the key to victory. It's often the smartest fighter who prevails. In Khan's estimation, Crawford possesses the kind of ring IQ that allows him to adapt on the fly, make quick decisions, and outthink even the most dangerous opponents. He believes that these cerebral qualities could be decisive in helping Crawford overcome the physical disparity he would face against Canelo.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
From Davis's viewpoint, money may be the central force behind what appears to be a risky and controversial career move. On the other hand, Terence Crawford sees this proposed showdown with Canelo Alvarez as an opportunity to carve out a legendary chapter in boxing history. Rather than shy away from the danger, Crawford fully embraces the challenge and the inherent risks that come with it. For him, this is more than just another fight. It's a chance to elevate his name into the highest echelon of boxing greatness. When asked about the concerns surrounding the drastic jump in weight, Crawford was quick to dismiss them, arguing that too many critics are simply echoing popular opinion rather than thinking critically for themselves. He remains confident and resolute, firmly believing that the fight is a gamble worth taking to solidify his legacy.
This for all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies. You see that? You see that? We see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jamel Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess? Jamel Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Know what I mean? Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Know what I mean? So make it make sense. People gotta make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. Understand? Opinions don't matter. It's all facts. No opinions. Sport podcast. And I'm always gonna bring you the real, never the fake. And I'm never late on the news. You hear me? Get at me, man. Dolly.
Adding another dimension to the ongoing conversation, Gervonta Tank Davis offered his perspective by suggesting that Terence Crawford's motivation may stem more from financial gain than competitive ambition. According to Davis, this potential clash with Canelo could result in the biggest payday of Crawford's entire career, a financial windfall too large to ignore. Davis also referenced past fights, particularly moments where Crawford appeared vulnerable against smaller fighters, like Yuriorkis Gamboa. By highlighting these examples, Davis implied that if smaller opponents could trouble Crawford, then a larger, more powerful fighter like Canelo could pose an even greater threat. His comments hinted at the idea that financial incentives might be driving a decision that otherwise seems highly dangerous from a boxing standpoint.
And it left us with the question, how much does Canelo actually have left in his pro career? The fight was finished, and then they brought Terence Crawford in the ring to announce that mega fight in September, and that leaves me with even more questions, and thank God they did that, because actually it gives us a few interesting talking points from this fight.
When asked to give a clear prediction, Tyson refrained from labeling the potential bout as a 50-50 contest. He acknowledged that Crawford has the punching power and ring smarts to stop any opponent under the right circumstances. However, he was quick to express doubt that such a scenario would unfold against a seasoned and sturdy fighter like Canelo. Tyson's hesitation reflects a deeper belief that Crawford's strengths, while formidable, may not be enough to overcome the unique challenges posed by Canelo's physicality and fighting style. He sees the contest as being tilted in Canelo's favor, suggesting that it would likely play out as a one-sided affair rather than a close and competitive battle. To Tyson, the fight lacks the balance that typically defines great matchups.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you, but it will be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are they gonna say? You know what I mean? This was a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, I see that weight class, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Despite voicing serious concerns about the matchup, Tyson does not question Terence Crawford's abilities or accomplishments in the ring. In fact, he has praised Crawford's talent and even pointed to his dominant win over Israel Madrimov as proof that he can compete at the highest level. However, Tyson still believes that taking on Canelo, a significantly larger and more physically imposing opponent, is a dangerous gamble. He suggests that Crawford's pursuit of boxing history might be admirable, but it could also be misguided in this particular instance. Tyson argues that the fight is not about Crawford's skills being inadequate, but rather about the risk being far too great relative to the potential reward. He hinted that this isn't the type of fight fans are clamoring for, and that Crawford might be better served by staying within his optimal weight range.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this in the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Tyson has made it clear that he is strongly opposed to the idea of Terence Crawford moving up in weight to challenge Canelo Alvarez. His main concern centers around the significant natural size difference between the two fighters. Canelo is not only the bigger man physically, but also someone who has comfortably competed in higher weight classes for years. Tyson emphasized that jumping up multiple weight divisions can be incredibly dangerous, especially at the elite level of boxing, where every advantage counts. He pointed out that adding weight could diminish Crawford's trademark speed, reduce his stamina, and potentially weaken his punching power, all of which are vital components of his fighting style. In Tyson's view, these drawbacks could effectively cancel out Crawford's usual strengths, making the bout a lopsided and potentially punishing affair.
Where do you think he could go? Canelo said he don't. He's like
Canelo, man. Canelo
like,
got to get off that. Man. I think the best versus the best.
You don't think the size difference is gonna play a factor again?
I mean, that's y'all opinion.
Yeah.
That's everybody else's opinion. But my opinion is different. I think that Bud could do anything that he want to do. I think that with Charlo, it was just a different story. I think Bud got the skills that can keep him at that high level with Canelo, where the size won't play a part. And I seen, honestly, like, Canelo is a great fighter. I don't take nothing away from him. I see a lot of holes.
Mike Tyson, who has long admired fighters with a blend of raw power and sound fundamentals, holds a high level of respect for Canelo Alvarez. In Tyson's view, Canelo is not just a heavy-handed brawler, but a highly skilled tactician who utilizes his abilities with precision. He particularly praised Canelo's slick head movement, defensive awareness, and ability to mix aggression with smart ring control. Tyson acknowledged that Canelo doesn't merely rely on brute strength, but also possesses a high fight IQ that allows him to dominate fights both tactically and physically. According to Tyson, Canelo has mastered the art of controlling the pace and rhythm of a fight, using finesse and relentless pressure in tandem. These qualities, Tyson believes, make him a formidable threat to any opponent, including one as talented as Crawford.
You know, Canelo's a stronger guy, the bigger guy, but in the fight with a guy that moves around, and if Crawford uses his skills and his legs and his technique and just his ability, I think he can win. He can win the fight in decision, as long as he doesn't get hit with those big shots from Canelo.
Terence Crawford has had one fight above 147 pounds, and everyone, including Terence Crawford, will tell you that was not his finest performance against Israel Madrimov. He is older than Canelo. He is coming up in weight. He is coming off a long layoff. I can't look at Canelo Williams' school and say, you know what? Canelo is too far in a decline to beat Terence Crawford. Not until I've seen what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 pounds.
Yeah, same here. And even though we could see Canelo Alvarez diminishing, we're still going to favor him because he's been in there with the bigger, stronger men. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. Crawford will be able to pepper him up, win rounds. Like I tell you, I have an image of Canelo Alvarez after the fight. He's going to be bloodied and bruised because he's going to get pot-shotted. He's going to throw 2-3 punches, pepper him up, and then get an angle. Then once Canelo starts realizing I'm falling behind here or I'm getting hit too much, I got to do something great. That's when Crawford's going to have to get on his bike.